What's going on YouTube? It's Barrymore back with another Pool Party Tuesday, and today we have a BT8 New Awakening box that we're going to be opening for you guys. This was, I forgot how many, maybe like a year ago that it came out, but a year ago from this video's upload. But this was actually one of the boxes that I won from the Mario's Gaming World tournament that I placed first place in. It's pretty sweet because he let us pick from, it was actually a free tournament that he had hosted on a Friday, and he let us pick from a BT7, BT8, and a BT11. And I wanted to get a BT8 box just because there's a few cards in here that I actually want to get as far as the alternate arts. So hopefully we can pull the one I need on stream. The box is a little bit damaged, but it's fine as long as the packs are okay. But it did come from Canada, so I don't expect it to be in tip-top shape. But either way, let's get right into the pack, and we can talk more about the pack or the box and what kind of meta was going on at the time while I open it up. Let's see what's inside this one. Kind of treasures. Right away we get the Cody Hida. This card was used a lot in like Rapidmon decks that, you know, kind of like a back when Yellow Hybrid was still a big thing, especially with the Jet Sylphies not being limited. They use this card a lot, like I said, with the Rapidmons. So it's a really good card to play out, because you do get a yellow, if you just have a yellow Digimon starting your main phase on the field, you get an extra memory. And then when one of your Digimon with 2 or more colors attacks, you may suspend his tamer to give one of your opponent's Digimon minus 2000 DP. Really solid card, and you can see why it was used in the yellow-green Rapidmon deck builds, because of when you Digivolve in with the Rapidmon, you're suspending Digimon on their side of the field, and then you're doing, I believe it was minus 5000 to your opponent's Digimon. And Rapidmon, if I recall correctly, was a 6000 DP. So you can swing into your opponent's Digimon that was reduced by 5,000, and then reduce it another 2,000. So you're minus 7,000 something on the board, which was easy to swing over if they had a big Digimon on their side. And as far as the other promos, we got the Arrow Vidramon, and it comes with the Arrow Vidramon 0 and the 040 on the back behind this one. This was I guess you call it a reprint, because these were prize cards for one of the pre-release tournaments that we had. I'm not sure which one it is, maybe BT6, BT7, one of those, but they reprinted these so everyone can get a hold of them. And this is, at the time of this recording, sometimes it's used in the old Force decks from BT11, so not a bad pickup as well. Let's get into the actual packs and see what we open. Hopefully we get some nice alt arts, because I do collect alt arts, which I have become kind of addicted to doing it. Let's start on the left side, first pack. But yeah, back when this meta was out, this was when Imperial Dramon was running around, because the starter deck had just came out, and so this came about with support on it. We got a Surfymon, Kokuamon, Fangmon, Skullmiramon, Hisarumon. This brings me back because I played the crap out of Black Alphamon and well, any of the X antibodies that came out at the time, because I played the Alphamon in BT6 with the Royal Knights, so with Craniumon, Alphamon, and Gankumon, and then BT7, I believe it was, I want to say Dorugoramon maybe. I'm not sure if it was BT7 or BT8 with Dorugoramon. I think it's BT8 where Dorugoramon came out. And BT7, I think I just played more Alphamon or Royal Knights still. But this one's whenever I played the crap out of Dorugoramon. I used to love being able to blow up their board with Dorugoramon, because it could destroy multiple Digimons on their side of the field. And it was I love that deck so much. Let's keep moving along. Lightning Blade, Betsumon, Dinohumon, Demi-Vmon. Gurimon's another solid egg that people are still use, especially like in Jesmon. If you're over 6,000 DP, you draw a card. Really nice whenever you attack. Got the Frost Velgramon as the rare, and then we got a Willis. Willis not used as much, but there he is. First pack on the right. Got a Soulmon. This is actually a pretty good card. When a card is trashed from your deck, gain memory. Not too bad. Not used as much though. Angemon was a good recovery effect because when this Digimon will digivolve, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, you recover 1 deck. It's not when digivolving into this guy; it's when digivolving into level 5. If you have, 3 or less, you recover 1. And then the inheritable when attacking, if you have 3 or more security cards, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. Not too bad. Examon, Disaster Blaster, another Hisaryu, Scorpiomon, Elecmon, Demi-Miramon, TK, Cyclone, Climbon, and we got Davis and Ken. Davis and Ken was really OP, especially in Imperial Dramon, because if you have a green Digimon, you get a memory. If you have a blue Digimon, you get a memory. So if you have both colors on the field, you're getting 2 memory off of this tamer. It is a 4-drop, but I mean, with the amount of memory you're getting back, it's getting refunded easily just by playing this card. And then when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with 2 or more colors, you may suspend this tamer to unsuspend the Digimon. So a lot of the times they were playing this card in Imperial Dramon, or they were playing it in Armor Rush. So you're going, all of your Armor Digimon have dual colors. So whenever you swing, if it gets purged because it gets deleted, you just go back down to the Vmon or whatever rookie's underneath, and you go into another one and suspend this guy to unsuspend your Digimon and swing again, or keep him on suspended. Really solid pick in Davis and Ken. Next pack: Karatinmon, Fire Rocket, Scorpiomon, Candlemon, Angemon, Beto Gamamon, Soulmon, Cyclone, Cherubi, Samadhi Sante still used today a lot in like Bloom Lords or any kind of green decks that once your Digimon suspended so they can swing over it and pierce. Really solid card, and it's like I said, still used today in the BT11 format. Got Hero is another memory tamer for the red decks. If you have 2 memory or less at the beginning of the turn, you go to 3, so it sets you to 3. And then this one's used a lot in Gallantmon decks or any red decks that have low DP, because they want to get, red decks is all about swinging multiple times, or not multiple times, but one big check. So if you're swinging in with like an 11k or 12k, there's a big chance you might get run into a mega and get deleted. So Hero helped out a lot of the weaker red decks to gain 2000 DP whenever you swing. As long as your Digimon is a Gamamon or is a level 5 or higher, you can suspend his tamer on attack to give him 2000 DP. And then we have Metal Greymon. That's actually really nice. Metal Greymon is a rare broken card. That's what it is. This card is really good. When digivolving, you de-digivolve one of their Digimon, and then you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. So a lot of the times you're going into this guy and you're de-digivolving a level 4 or even a level 5, and you don't have to destroy the level 3 that you're de-digivolving, or the 3000 DP that you're de-digivolving. You can choose another Digimon on the start of the field. So if they have like a Mega or an Ultimate level 5 or 6, you can de-digivolve that big stack and then delete like a rookie that's on the field. So really good, used a lot. This card was used a lot, especially in BT11 with the Blackboard Gray X that came out. This is recorded before the actual ban list comes live with the Greymon X, but before that it was used a lot they used it a lot in Blackboard Greymon X, just to turbo up into a Blackboard Greymon. Really good rare cards. Skull Satamon, Ginryumon, another X antibody. This is a level 4, so this one gives your Digimon with X antibody traits a blocker as inheritable. So another really good card that I used to use in Dorugoromon, because the Hisaryumon would give it reboot, and then this one would give it blocker. So you swing into your opponent's security or their Digimon, and then next turn on their turn you have a big body blocker that's ready to block whatever needs to be, so they won't hit any of your security. Skullmeramon, Betsumon, Spinomon, Hookmon, Mushroomon, Samadhi Sante again, Innocent Blizzard. The rare is a Kyokyomon, which is the X antibody egg that was in this set. Not the better egg of the two, because Doraemon is still the better for the X antibody, but this one is not bad if you want to give them a DP boost to any of your X antibody cards. And then we got a Gamamon rare, and then we got a Dark Gaia Force. Dark Gaia Force is actually pretty good, but it didn't see, I don't think it saw as much play because of the 2-color card requirement, along with War Greymon not seeing as much play as I thought it would at the time. But still a really good solid card. Security, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 15 or less, which for the most part is anything that's not a level 7 or lower. Even though some 7s are like the Omnimons are 15 drop or less. But the main effect, you choose any of a number of your opponent's Digimon whose play cost adds up to 15 or less and delete them. It sounds really broken, but like I said, Black War Greymon was not dominant at the time, so it wasn't used as much. I mean, it was still played, but not as much as you would think. Okay, we're gonna go skip a few to these guys real quick. Let's try to get to the interesting cards, should I say. This Vmon was used a lot in the Imperial Dramon deck, because on reveal or on play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 2-color blue card among them to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. So not only did it grab you a Digimon, it could also grab you a Davis and Ken, or it could grab you a Megadeth that came in the start of the deck. So this was a staple in Imperial Dramon decks, and even inside Armor Rush decks, because all of your Armor deck Digimons were 2-color cards. So really nice. Kari Kamiya, this is a memory setter for yellow, but was also used a lot in Mastemon, because Mastemon, well, is used a lot, should I say, because it's still used in the BT11 format. But when you recover a card, you can suspend it to gain a memory back on your turn. A lot of people, for some reason, think that it works on both opponents' turn, and they try to suspend it, but it's only a your turn effect. Really solid card for any kind of recovery deck, as well as, like I said, the Mastemon deck. We got Digimon as the rare, wasn't used as much, unfortunately, but it is an Armor Rush or Armor Digimon, so you could have used it in any kind of Armor Rush deck, whether that's yellow or green. And then we got Yukio Oikawa. This was a Myotismon deck card, because all turns when one of your Digimon with Myotismon and its name is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. And then at the end of your opponent's turn, if this tamer is suspended, you may delete this tamer to play 1 Malo Myotismon from your trash without playing its memory cost. So unfortunately, Malo Myotismon didn't see as much play in the format for BT8. Even though it was a really fun deck, it just could not keep up with the meta, and it just didn't see as much play. But it was super fun to play, I'm not gonna lie. Over here. Still yet to hit a super rare. Let's see which ones we get. I'm really interested in seeing what we get. Quilamon, Kilamon, Frozomon, Fangmon, Candlemon, Senbon, Dokkan. This was a pretty fun meme deck to build, the Mamemon deck. It was funny when it went off, because it's just like you swarmed the board with Mamemons, and it was just funny to see. But fortunately, didn't see too much play, even though how much fun it was. It was just more of a casual deck. Hawkmon, Kogamon, Namekamon, Digimon Emperor. This tamer also didn't see as much play. Has a pretty cool effect though. When one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to draw. But this deck kept rookies from coming out of raising, because when one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon is moved from your breeding area to their battle area, you gain 2 memory. So it kept your opponent's rookies in the back. They didn't want to raise them until the turn after, or if they're, they're forced to level it up past level 3. So they had to raise with a level 4 or 5 in order not to trigger Digimon Emperor's effect. Didn't see as much play though, but it's still a solid card. And we got another Yukio. Oh, put it this way. Alright. Greymon, a really good solid card for Black War Greymon X that's currently played right now. Inheritable, while you have a red Digimon and play, this Digimon gets blocker, which your top end was always black and red, so you always had a red Digimon out for this to be blocker. But this is where the Greymon trouble began. the Black War Greymon, should I say. Used as much, it's still used right now in the BT11 format, because obviously Greymon is dominating. Didn't see as much play back then when Black War Grey was just came out, but it still was really good to have a blocker on your turn, or your opponent's turn, I say. Spinomon, another Catch Mamemon. This is one of the Mamemon cards from the meme deck. Crimson Blaze. This is a really solid card. Reduce the memory cost of this card in your hand by 1 for each Digimon your opponent has in play. And then it deletes all your opponent's Digimon when 6,000 DP or less. And then on top of that, your opponent can play Digimon by effects until the end of your next turn. This card really helps out against decks that swarm the field and play by effects. So in the current format, like BT11, we have decks like Bloomlord that like to play out cards constantly from their effects. Green Digimon, you play this card and you're shutting all that down until your next turn, so it buys you a turn. And on top of that, if they have a swarm already of like 5 or 6 Digimon, this card can become a 1, 2, or even a 1 or 2 or even a free card cost, because they have like so many Digimon and you're deleting all of them. Really good card and still used now. Armadillomon, another Emperor, and then our first super rare we have Shivamon. Shivamon, actually, this card won, I believe, one of the regionals when BT8 was around. But I think it was BT8 when this card came out, or if not, it could be BT9. But I know Shivamon, one of the Shivamon decks won the regionals, which was pretty cool. All of your Digimon are suspended. Your opponent can use option cards, which you're in green, like I said earlier, you want to have most of your cards suspended because that's how you get their effects, whether it be Digisorption or whatnot. But while this Digimon becomes unsuspended, during your unsuspend phase, you trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So you can relatively have this card safe suspended if they only have like a level 4, you're choking them, and they have to go into level 5. They're not going to have something big enough to swing over this, so they're going to have to use the option card to get rid of it. But you can have it suspended, and then when it comes back to your turn, you unsuspending it. Oh, actually, no, they can't even use option card. That was the gimmick. You can't use option cards, so they have to swing over this as long as everything on your side of the board is suspended, which most of the time you will have everything on your side of the board suspended, whether she be the only one on the board or you have multiple Digimon. But they would have to either swing over this or just pass turn and have her unsuspend and trash a card. Really good card, and you can see why it was one of the, it was in one of the decks that had won one of the regionals. It's because it shuts down your opponent from playing option cards. Pistamon, Kukimon, Miss Memory Boost, Kachimame, Gazi, Jamojamon? I forgot how to say his name. Thundermon, Submarinemon, Crimson Blaze, Skull Knight Cavalier Mode, another Dark Gaia, and the alternate art Malo My Otismon. Nice. This card looks so sick. Just the artwork of it was really nice. I really like this card a lot. This is on play. If there are 5 or more cards with Otismon in their names in your trash, delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon and trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this was used when with the Tamer, which you would delete him at the end of your opponent's turn and then play this guy. So as soon as he comes out, your turn starts, and then on play, well, before your turn starts, the on play goes off. Your trash, if there's 5 or more Otismons in your trash, you're deleting one of your opponent's Digimon and you're trashing a security stack. When Digivolving, you trash the top 5 cards of your deck. Then if there's a card with Otismon in its name, you gain a memory in your trash. If there's 5 or more Otismon cards in your trash, you gain a memory. So this was usually a 3 cost, the Digivolution. The problem, like I said, it couldn't keep up with the meta. It was a little too slow, but the artwork, as you can see, just looks so nice. I really like it. So that's one down as far as alternate arts, and either a secret rare or another alternate art to go. And we're only one super rare so far. Let's go by these a little bit faster. We got Azulongmon as a rare, and then we got another Bancho Mamemon. Well, a Bancho Mamemon. This is the first one we pull. Another card used in the meme deck, which is really funny. Snow Agu, Fire Rocket, Greymon, Pulse, Captain. Nothing too interested anymore. Another Digmon, and then we got a Oryumon. That's right, the Oryumon comes out in this set. So the Dorugormon was BT7. This was the Oryumon, and this was the beginning of Alphamon's power trip coming in the next set after this, because Orymon, when digivolving, you may place one card with X antibody in its traits from your hand under the Digimon as its bottom Digivolution source to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. And then on your turn, when one of your effects places a Digivolution card under this Digimon, the card says it's this Digimon, but it was errated. So it's actually underneath any Digimon you have on the field. It could be another Digimon with X antibody that you place a card under, and this gains the effect against 2000 DP, and it cannot be deleted by opponent's effects until the end of their turn. So if they're playing red or purple or another black deck that deletes, this card was really good against that deck because it couldn't be deleted by their effect. It couldn't be deleted by Gaia Force. It couldn't be deleted by whatever purple cards were being used at the time to destroy. I think Fly Bullet, I believe, was one of them, but it couldn't be deleted by anything. So you had a really good matchup against any kind of decks that deleted Digimon with this deck. And I used to use this deck religiously because it was so much fun. And I still play it now to this day. Not this one, but the Alphamon one. But this inheritable, if the Digimon has Alphamon in its name, it's unsuspended. So, like I said, this was the beginning of the Alphamon power trip. It wasn't there yet, and we were all waiting for, all the Alphamon players were waiting for BT9 to come out, because that's when this card shined, because it would restand your Alphamon once you swung at the end of the attack, and then you can swing again and then go for the OTK. I played 3 of these in my deck whenever I had it, the Alphamon deck. All right, next card or next pack. This memory, Patamon. Oh, I want to actually go back to this guy, Psychmon. Psychmon is a really good floodgate that's still used now. Players can reduce play cost. So when Digicrossing came out, this was for the most part, a staple in a lot of purple decks. Whenever they would go up against a Digicrossing deck like let's say Blue Flare or Crossheart, how do you say it? They can't reduce their play cost, which is all what that deck is all about. So they have to find a way to get rid of this guy out on the field before they can do any other plays. So this, for the most part, bought you a turn, unless they're willing to give you a bunch of memory just to bring out a Digimon that could cross. Mandatory, maybe 2 of or 1 of in purple decks when going up against those kind of decks. Heisei Ryujin, Chiruimon, got another Gamamon, and then a Frost Rogramon. Move all these packs out the way, they're kind of blocking some of the cards. Alright, Top Gun, really good movie. Armor texture was used in Armor Rush, because while you have a Digimon with armor form in its trait or in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirement. So if you had, as long as you had an armor form on your side of the field, whether it be Flame Dramon or Lydramon, you could use this card without meeting color requirements, which is really good. Main, trash the top card of your Digimon with armor form in its traits. Then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into a Digimon card in your hand with armor form in its traits for its Digivolution cost. If you do, unsuspend it. So if you swung in with the Flame Dramon, who's on the picture here, he was an AK beater. Whenever you swung with him and he lived, you could use this card and you still had 2 memory or whatnot. Or even if you wanted to pass turn, use this card to Digivolve into a Lydramon. You could use that and pay the 2 cost to Digivolve into him, and then just change out the forms pretty much, and then unsuspend it. So even if you wanted to do another check, you could use this card to Digivolve into a different armor form. It's a pretty good card, and used a lot in Armor Rush. The rare, we got Giga Death. This was a really expensive option card that was used in some Imperial Dramon profiles, just simply because it suspends one of your opponent's Digimon, then place up to 10 of your opponent's suspended Digimon at the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. It was really, really good against decks that, like I said, swarmed the field, and if they were suspended, obviously. But even if they weren't, I mean, you could, if they swung with one of them and then left it like a blocker or whatever, and you had no other options but to use this, you could use this and bottom deck both, because you suspend the blocker and then bounce the one that's suspended already. So you can see why it wasn't used as much, but it was at the same time. It was kind of weird, but it was a really good option card nonetheless, just expensive, really expensive to use. And then we got the Lydramon. So the Lydramon is another Armor Rush card. that had armor purge. And then on Digivolution, you could suspend a level 4 or lower on their side of the field. So if they had a rookie or a level 4 and you wanted to swing over, you could use Lydramon and suspend it and then swing over it. And even if they were both 5k, I mean, you have armor purge and they probably didn't, so you can swing safely into it. I think we're about halfway done here. Still got the secret or another alternate art to get. Let's start going through these a little bit faster. Flame Hellscythe. Flame Hellscythe's really good purple yellow option that's used in Mastemon or even in any kind of Secon decks, because I mean you get to summon a 6000 DP or less from the field, I mean from your trash, and then you get to minus 6000 DP one of your opponent's Digimon at the same time. So in Mastemon, a lot of the Angelmons, most of the Angelmons and Lady Devimons are all 6000 DP, so you're getting a free level 5 on the field, and you're gonna get minus 6000 DP on one of your opponent's Digimon. So if they have like, you know, a level 4 or whatever, you could use this to bring out a level 5, destroy level 4 or level 3 or whatnot. Really good, and especially in security, you're activating the main effect. So you're minus 6000 something, most likely to leave something on their board, and then you're bringing a level 5 or lower ready to do, you know, to combo off on your turn whenever it comes back to you, unless they deleted it, but even then they would have to find a way to get rid of it. And then we got the Imperadramon Fighter Mode as a super rare. Really good card that people use in Imperadramon. It was super annoying to go against because whenever you Digivolve, you return one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less to its owner's hand. And it's a 5 cost, but over the Dragon mode, you're only Digivolving for 2. So it's not a bad trade-off there. And then when attacking, if a blue card is under this Digimon's Digivolution card, unsuspend one of your Digimon. And then if a green card is under him, you get to suspend one of their Digimon. So if it's your turn still, and even if after you Digivolve into this guy and you're still your turn, you're swinging into security, unsuspending, and then suspending one of theirs, and then you can pretty much just swing into their Digimon and destroy it. So if they had a blocker on the field, you can safely swing, because at the same time you're attacking, you're suspending one of their guys. A really solid card for the Imperadramon deck. Agumon, Squamera, Pistamon. Okay, it's funny saying his name, Pistamon. Myotismon, and we got another Metal Greymon. Nice. Gazimon, Betsumon, Squosada, Hisaryu, another Kari. Oh, the Black Automon with Rush. Another card that was used a lot in Mastemon because you bring it out with the Mastemon effect if you were able to keep turn and you rush with it and swing for game. Really nice. And then Heritable Retaliation. We got the Agumon Searcher, another good card that was used in Black or Gray. Just reveals the top 4 cards and add 1 card with Greymon in his name and 1 with Dragonkin. So really good Searcher. And then we got the Flamedramon. Nice. The Flamedramon was one of the main armor purge or armor cards in the Armor Rush deck, because they swung with an extra 3000 DP whenever he attacks. Or he's an 8000 beater, can beat over most level 5s, or even just crash into them and then just go back down to your Vmon. Really good card. That's actually one of the alt arts I'm looking for, is the Flamedramon. Alright, Lightning Blade, Thundermon, Aquila, Mist, Jermogimon. Another Myotismon, and we got, ooh, alright, that's what I'm talking about, a Fanimon Fawdon one. I'm actually looking for one of these because I don't want to use my alternate art in my deck. I want to keep it in my binder, but this is a really good card. If you Digivolve, you have a purple Digimon on their sources, you get to delete a level 4 or lower, and if you have a yellow Digimon, you get to recover one. So if you have both, you get both yellow and purple, you get to do both effects. And then when it's deleted, you get to play a level 4 or lower from the field. So I use it currently in my Mastemon deck because it lets me bring back the Gatomon. So it's a really solid card to leave out on the field if you're playing against decks that delete. Not so much if you're playing against decks that bounce, because the effect won't go off. And I'm glad I actually pulled that one because I was looking for one more. Postmon, Greymon, Miss Memory again. We got another Cody, and then we got a Climon. Cool. Saryu, Greymon, Top Gun. We got a Sylphimon, and we got another Azulonmon. So we should have about 2 more super rares along with the secret or alt art to go. Let's see what we get here. Frozomon, another Sophie. Oh, nice. And the Rapidmon, super rare. Another Armor Purge Digimon. This is the one I was talking about earlier. The Rapidmon, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each tamer you have in play, and then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon, they get minus 5,000 DP for the turn. So really good way to suspend your Digimon and swing over whatever you needed. This was played in I believe this card was put in the Shibamon deck that won the regionals at the time, because of the Terriermon that you get to play, and then you go into the Rapidmon, you reduce the cost by 1. Well, you Digivolve for 3 over a Terriermon instead of 4. But it was a like a hybrid build. I believe it was a hybrid build with Rapidmon and Shibamon put in it. I'm not too sure. It may have been the green. It might have been the green hybrid build that was used. But I know it won with this card in it. But glad I put one of these. Really nice. I put these up here. Let's see. Senbin Dokkan, Fetchumon, got a Gammamon and a Zucchiamon, however you say his name. Zucchiamon, I think Zucchiamon. Anyways, super rare. When Digivolving, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon. Delete all Digimon other than this Digimon and your opponent's chosen Digimon. For each Digimon deleted by the effect, gain 1 memory. So this was just a board nuker, because they can only keep 1 Digimon on their side of the field. It's a 5-drop, but if they have 3 Digimon, they're deleting 2, so you're getting back 2. So you're getting back 2. And then your turn, when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, the Digimon gains security check +1 for the turn for each of your opponent's Digimon. So let's say they had a whole board of 5, and they have to choose 1 only. Well, you're gonna get back 4 memory, and you're gonna get 4 extra checks. So you're swinging for all 5 checks with this big guy. It's a pretty solid card. Down to our last 4 packs. I think there's one more super along with the secret. Kogemon, Baby Death, and a Yoli as a rare. Cool. Ooh, it'd be cool if we get the last one as a secret rare, so it could be more anticipated. We got a Ryudamon. Ryudamon was another X antibody rookie that I use in my Alphamon deck. Reveal top 3 cards on play and add 1 card with X antibody and straight and 1 Yuji Musha among them to your hand. That should probably haven't pulled a Yuji. But anyways, this card was a good searcher. And then it gave all your Digimon, or the Digimon has X antibody in its trait against decoy. So if they deleted, if they try to delete your big guy, and he has your level 4 is over this guy, you could choose the level 4 is delete instead of the big guy. And then we got the Imperial Paladin mode. Nice. This is a secret rare. Very nice. 16k beater. The 7 to Digivolve. This was mostly a one of, if that, in the Imperial Dramon deck, because it was by the time you were trying to go into this guy, you probably had already won with the Imperial Dramon deck. But it was a fun tech, plus also a good security bomb in security. I mean, you're 16,000 beater that mostly nothing was going to survive, because at the time, and I think till now, the only thing that rivals this in DP, base DP, is Alphamon or Ryukin, which are both 16,000. But this was a pretty solid card. When one of your Digimon would Digivolve into this card from your hand, card in your hand, you may return 1 white level 7 Digimon card from your trash into the bottom of your deck to reduce the Digivolution cost by 4. So you could technically go into it by 3, but that would mean you have to play multiple copies of this, or Omnimons. And then when Digivolving and when attacking, you may return 1 two-color card from this Digimon's Digivolution card to the bottom of its owner's deck to trash all of their Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon, then return all of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards to the bottom of their deck. So you're trashing all your opponent's cards underneath their stack, and then you're returning that one along with everything else that doesn't have sources. So really good way to clear board. If they try to go wide by dropping a bunch of rookies or whatnot. But like I said, it was only played as a one of, if that, in Imperial Demand. Didn't see much play, but it's still a really nice card to pull. See if there's another super rare in here. Willis and Dark Gaia Force. Alright, and then the last pack, we got Houseamon and Black Horde Greymon himself, the man, the myth, the legend. This card is amazing. I was so hyped for this card when it came out. I used it too, because on par for me playing black. I mean, Black Horde Greymon was a beast. And Digivolving, if the Digimon has a red Digivolution card, you choose any number of your opponent's Digimon. If the Digimon has a black Digivolution card, choose any number of your opponent's Tamers. The chosen card's play cost must add up to 6 or less. Delete the chosen card. So when you Digivolve into this guy, you're popping Tamers left and right, because that's mostly what you wanted to pop. What's the Tamers? You want to pop like a 4-drop and a 2-drop. And unless they had multiple 4s, you can only do one. Or if they have a 4 and a 2, or if they have a 2 3s, you can pop both of them. But most of the time you want to do it for the Tamer popping. But there were times where you would bring it up, where you would use it for the deletion of a level of a 6-drop or less on their side of the field, Digimon wise. But every time you delete something, a Digimon is deleted once per turn. You get to unsuspend him. So along with the Metal Greymon Inheritable that lets you swing over unsuspended Digimon, you would swing into their Digimon and then unsuspend, and then if you wanted to, you could swing into the other Digimon if they have multiple ones. Good way to clear the board, on top of his already deleting a play cost of 6 or less, adding up to play cost of 6 or less. So that's actually pretty cool that we pulled that one, because we were talking about it earlier. But that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks for watching another Pull Party Tuesday episode. It was a lot of fun opening this box for you guys, and hope to see you guys again next week for another box opening